I don't remember how we opened this up. Hi. Hi.
Hi.
I don't remember how we started this. Okay.
Take two.
Hi guys, and welcome to this week's episode of Unsolicited Moms. Today, Julie and I are going to talk about a pretty controversial topic. At least it seems to be from what I've read in the media, but we're going to talk about the Netflix series 13 Reasons Why. And I have 13 reasons why I think the show is really well done. And
you do? Okay.
I do. I feel a brawl coming on.
Okay, so no, I don't think you'll get a brawl. I have teenagers, so we've watched it. In this series, a girl at a high school suicides, and she leaves 13 tapes behind for 13 people who she feels has somehow wronged her.
Right.
And so they are somehow responsible for her taking her own life.
So why don't we start by talking about why this is being so ill-received in the media and in the school boards. The Hamilton District School Board doesn't want teachers talking about this in class. If it comes up in class, they've been asked not to approach it as a topic and definitely not to use it as an example to talk about suicide.
And in fact, a bunch of school boards did send out notes home to parents telling them, just be warned that this Netflix series is out. Your children may be watching it, and some have encouraged the parents not to allow their kids to watch it.
Where I first read about this negative press was in the Hamilton Spectator. Okay. And I was really disappointed in the article because I've watched all 13. I think it was so enlightening for me as a parent and as a kid who went to a high school where I was a bit bullied. It's a really good depiction of all the different types of bullying that take place, both the really prominent and the silent bullying. The kids who stepped back and did nothing and watched, they were identified as bullies by the victim.
For sure. And that was, and I did like that too. It kind of like the bystander as the bully.
Yeah.
And that person, they got a tape. You just didn't have to be like that mean girl. There were many different ways people contributed to Hannah's suicide.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so I thought it was interesting in that perspective. I know a lot of the backlash has been around, they think it somehow glorifies suicide.
Right. I didn't see that, though.
I don't think so at all.
Especially if you saw the last episode.
Yeah, there's nothing that, I agree, I don't think there's anything that glorifies suicide in it. Some people worried that because Hannah gives these tapes out and holds other people accountable for her own death, that somehow kids now will start doing the same thing and start kind of saying, well, I'm going to stick it to you after I die.
Yeah.
I'm going to make you feel guilty for the rest of your life. I'm going to take... So I think that was something that people were concerned about. But I mean, I've done a lot of reading and I've talked to a lot of experts, and it's just not...
It's like when they brought the price of cigarettes down. I didn't start smoking because they were cheaper. Right. If someone got a tape and 13 Reasons Why, I'm not going to go kill myself to go give someone a tape and stick it to them.
Right.
I mean, I think your problem's bigger than that if that's your reason for suicide.
And the whole problem with trying to shut down this conversation is that mental health is not a conversation we need shut down. Yeah. This is a conversation we need open up. So if this is teenagers talking, and even, like for me as a parent of 3 teenagers currently, like this is something I can watch with them. I can say, even if there's something I don't agree with, I can say, hey guys, is that something that you guys see at school? Is that something, and they'll be like, actually that is something. I'll be like, wow, tell me more about that.
Yeah.
So it's a real conversation starter.
I thought the media was irresponsible in reporting in this particular article because they reported that in one of the hospitals in Hamilton, they had seen an increase of kids coming into the ER and talking about suicide. Okay. And I thought, why is that a bad thing?
That's a good thing.
I think what they're trying to say is, kids are now trying to, say I'm suicidal, but maybe they are.
Right.
Maybe they feel that they can, and now you're shutting them down by telling them it's drama, which is exactly why they don't come to you in the first place. And the other piss off for me was that they interviewed in the same article a girl from one of the schools, a high school in Hamilton, who said, you know what, this is happening in my school. When we watch this show, we see it in our school, and then the school board is saying you shouldn't talk about it. Right. So they're talking out of both sides of their mouth. They're saying we should be open about mental health, but don't talk about it.
Right.
I was really disappointed in the way that was portrayed in the
media. Totally agree. And also think, if parents think they're not letting their kids watch it, so they're not watching it, They're completely wrong.
They're watching it on their
They're
iPads.
watching it. They've all got gadgets. They're watching it.
Yeah.
So you know what? You as a parent, well, I just think I'd rather be informed. Assume they're watching it. Watch it with them or watch it as well at a different time so that these conversations can happen. Because the very last thing we need to do with our kids is stop talking about mental health issues. And the very best thing this show did was stirred up controversy to get people talking.
Yeah, and what the media did was create more of a stigma around it. So shame on you, media.
But at the same time, by the media doing that, it started conversations like this.
That's
true.
Important. I'm not going to give them credit for doing that on purpose,
she's
though.
really grumpy and grouchy about them today.
So 13 reasons why. Why or why not? What are your thoughts on that?
I will say there is one thing that I can't stand about it.
What?
And it's my kids. Like, I'll say things like, oh, guys, this is what you're having for dinner. And they're like, hey, dinner mom, here's your tape.
Whoa.
I know.
You should say, where did you get that tape recorder? The
Rude.
Smithsonian? Like, we don't have tape recorders anymore.
I know.
Yeah, here's 13 reasons why you should
Okay,
make your
13
own
reasons
dinner.
why you think she's grumpy and I'm not. Let us know.
So if you like our show, subscribe, and we will see you next time.